Hello everyone, welcome to a somewhat early, but somewhat even more hype ZSR restream quickly after noon in Europe and stupidly early in the morning in the US. Welcome to the Breath of the Wild 90% tournament, round number 2 today. KaoPyro vs Pikastroff, one of the most hype and most evenly matched matches of round 2 so far. And without further ado, let's actually dive into the action. And let's say hi to the comms, to
Good morning.
Jimbo, to DGC, and to Mishikusa. Well, guys,
Yo.
welcome.
I'm here every
Hello.
time. Hello.
Maybe.
Get used to it.
I don't know if we can, Mitchie.
I wonder if there's some viewers that just really hate me. Because I'm just here every race. Am I scaring them away?
That's your inner saboteur talking. Don't let it listen, man.
My inner saboteur is the person that didn't charge the controller before running today.
And decided to do wind bombs at every turn.
Oh. No, that didn't happen in the race, at least. The wind bombs did. The controller was fine. Hey, it's fine, right? Alright.
Alright, let's get started.
A whole bunch. Yeah. Okay, so where are we?
And as Trez said, this is a very evenly matched round, not only as far as PBs go, but also as experience goes. They're both veterans of this category.
Absolutely.
I believe they're
for a very, very long time.
eighth
Since
and ninth. Are they 8th and 9th?
Something like
I
that.
don't remember the bracket.
I have no idea.
Something like that. Whatever.
Some of us just have the leaderboard memorized, Chucky.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah,
the
for
most
sure.
important thing is the leaderboard, right?
Not me, though.
Well, we can check whilst this starts up. They are in fact 8th and 9th. Good call.
Ooh.
Kika being 8th and KaoPyro being 9th.
There's too many names on the leaderboard.
Too many names.
I'm like
Oof.
38th right now. I need to get that up sometime.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Practice. Practice is king.
All right, for anyone new to this category, the racers are going to pick up the Sheikah Slate, and they're going to use the scope clip here to get out of the Shrine of Resurrection and skip the cutscene, save quite a bit of time.
That is correct. It can be a bit of a fiddly trick. It's one of those things that we just don't truly understand, so it can actually take more than a few tries every now and then.
They're looking for a very precise alignment with their camera reticle and a spot they're running to, and they're both using the same technique, it looks like, putting the camera above head. Pikastroff gets out first, and fortunately KO slips down the wall, which can happen very easily. That's right, Harmjin, retired speedrunner in the house.
This really goes to show how badly things like this can happen sometimes.
Yeah, this has happened to everybody. Like, there isn't one runner this hasn't happened to.
Yep, it's a matter of when. Oh, Pikastroff not grabbing chilies? How about mushrooms? Mushrooms instead. Alright, both runs are out, but Pika does definitely have a significant lead at this point.
He certainly does. Although the Shrine of Resurrection clip is very important, and it can lead to a very good time overall, it isn't the most important thing in this category.
No, certainly not. It's not killing your runs, generally.
I think.
Unless you're
definitely.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, like we can see Pika's got.
Not get food.
Oh wow. But we see Pika's got like a small lead right now, but if he misses like Cryo BTB or any of the BTBs once, it's going to be almost even again. So
yep, very true.
Doesn't really matter.
Or even if the Bokoblins are to get him right now. That would be a big turn. early on.
Actually, even eating the food can be noticeable in time loss. It does take a time to menu and eat. But other than that, it's worth grabbing. It's safer. Gives you good chances to continue runs. And if you don't eat the food, you have plenty of other usage for it. If you do, in fact, do bombs.
Exactly.
And it also can keep you safe from the rock when they get to that status launch.
Yes, the boulder.
Yeah, that boulder can really ruin your day. You can sometimes end up at a heart, and if you don't have additional food, it is very difficult to make it all the way within a heart. Even if your cold damage does get reset, the timer does get reset as you hit the top of the air on your BTB.
Looks like Pika's having a small issue with his skew clip here into the Stasis Shrine.
How does this look to you guys? Can you tell what is wrong at a glance?
That's a different spot slightly than I use. He looks like he's aiming farther right than maybe he should be.
He's actually opted to now re-skew.
For the second time. There it is.
Yep, there we go.
But that little hiccup has given KO a chance to catch up. And he clips in first try.
And he gets in one. Perfect.
There we go.
Back even once again. Almost a repeat of yesterday night. Or this morning for some people, I believe.
Now the racers are picking up their stasis runes, and what's funny is that for the past year and a half, couple years, pretty much the entire existence of Breath of the Wild speedrunning, the stasis rune has been the most important one. It's been the most useful for traveling about Hyrule using stasis launches, but with the discovery of the new wind bomb, it has diminished considerably. It's one that still will be used, of course, but the effects and the uses of it have diminished entirely because of this new discovery.
Yep. Generally, the foreseeable replacement in other categories, other than 90%, is that it will be replacing most general stasis launches. Some rocket launches still apply to being better, and things that get you straight high angles rather than things that Wind Bomb get you.
Yeah.
But generally, though, they're mostly phased out if you're just talking about regular stasis launches.
I don't know if either of you were around back before we found BTB, but because I wasn't, but I was aware that stasis launches used to be like the premier way to maneuver.
Wasn't around. I don't think either of us was, but I was aware of the game at that point, and I wasn't interested. There was a lot of stasis launches. Without BTBs, I don't think I would actually even be interested in the game.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah,
also, I'd just like to note that Harm just said he's going to be doing wind bombs on Saturday. Any
This is
thoughts
the
on that,
second
Mickey?
time I believe this is being claimed, so we will see on Saturday.
He is baiting us once again, and I don't appreciate it.
Well, I can assure you I certainly will be doing wind bombs. So if you want to check out a wind bomb stream, consider Wallhike Song or Michikusa. Or Jimbo Moses, I believe, also went for some wind bombs.
Oh no, Jimbo's a coward. He's not doing it. Also,
You
he's
went for
retired.
one, right?
Also, he's retired.
Oh, yes, of course. Jimbo Moses is, in fact, no longer a runner.
Yeah.
As of last night, or whatever time zone it was for people.
Unfortunately.
Lewis too, so you will. I'm just claiming that Lulucore also will be doing wind bombs. It's going to be a very spicy game for sure on Saturday.
Spicy 3 matches. And for anyone who hasn't taken a look at the bracket, the next round is going to be best of 3.
Yes. Actually, yes, exactly.
So plenty of action coming up.
Plenty of wind bomb mistakes to happen.
That's the attitude.
Mm-hmm. Certainly so.
Hopefully no castle splits that take 10 minutes.
Well. 10 might be an understatement.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Pika
So yes,
struggling
missing
a
the
bit.
BTB.
Oof.
Whilst KaoPyro actually getting a very, very high BTB, but it should be acceptable.
He just barely got that. Like, he missed the wall by a fraction of a millimeter. So that was a bit of a lucky draw there.
And just like that, as I said earlier, Kao's now got about a 15-second lead, I would say.
Both players opting to actually buffered the D-pad for a few frame skips, or frame progression even. Not as precise as other speed games, unfortunately, but you can in fact progress a couple of frames at a time by buffering the D-pad. Both players are actually opting to do that on that BTB.
Looks like KaoPyro lost his skew, so this is a chance for Pika to now take the lead.
Once again, we're back near even. Oh, hops to the left, unfortunately, for KaoPyro. Or KO. I actually don't know. I keep saying Kao. Did we confirm?
I think KO. At least that's what I've heard.
I don't know.
And it's not offensive enough to correct it on his end.
Alright, so I'll do it my way, you do it yours, and...
Chucky, figure out the
Hopefully-
third thing.
Yeah, and then we'll be fine.
This feels like too much pressure. Feels like I'm
Yeah,
deciding
it's-
which one we're gonna call. Maybe I just need a third one.
You need a separate one, yeah. You can't have one that we just used.
This
I
is
might
a-
just call him Pyro.
This is
Oh,
commentary. This is
Oh, wait,
commentary
that's next
hazing. This is commentary hazing, guys.
But he just next leveled it. If you say Pyro, then it counts. Unless
Okay.
PYRO can sound something else.
Maybe someone in chat can tell us. Someone that knows more about the runners than we do.
Wait, now I feel bad. I've watched both of these streams.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad as well now.
I'm 100% positive it's KO.
Alright,
Yeah.
100%?
back to the run. We're gonna see a small skip in the Cryonis Shrine here from Pika.
Yep. Successfully by Pika. Can we see the same by Pyro?
Yes, we can.
With that said. Yes, success. Alright, once again, runners are basically tied.
But Magnesis Split is one of the more, I guess,
Yeah,
somewhat
that
RNG
can
splits
be
in,
hard.
because one of the runners could get unloaded. Yeah.
They could.
That could be very, very possible. The BTB itself can also be extremely difficult. So let's see how they go. That looks off. Ooh, no, that seems fine by Pikastroff.
That looks pretty good.
He looked like he bumped off the other Bokoblin, but he seems like he should just be perfect. Oh, it looks like... Oh,
Oh,
Ooh,
he's low,
that's a
but
really
acceptable.
low.
It's low but acceptable. Continue off of this for sure.
will he go for the spin? I doubt it.
I really don't think any of the runners will go for a spin in a race.
I would if I
know.
could get over the forest. If it was before the forest, I wouldn't even give it a remote consideration.
Is that the real risk, Mitchie? Not the wind bomb, but the spin.
The spin is a big risk, absolutely. If you can make it over the forest without those trees on the left in your direct path, I think it is actually quite free to get. But if you don't make it over the forest and you try to do it in the forest, chances are you're hitting a tree. Almost
true.
certainly.
Sometimes you also get the hyper low angle where you can go for the spin before you're even off that cliff face.
You could.
I don't think I've
That
ever
actually
gotten
gets
that
you
one.
that generally does get you over the danger zone that is the forest, for what it's worth. Now, can you do 2 spins in a row and just go the whole way? That's the question.
Yeah, Pika's shield's been taking quite the beating.
Pika being a veteran runner, though, I imagine he does know how to save durability on the shield, so he may just be playing it out for now. And he'll just save the durability where it matters on the previous, or the next coming shrines, rather. A simple trick can actually be executed to achieve that. All you need to do is initiate your shield jump that you would be getting skew with, and then you need to unequip your shield and re-equip it before you impact the surface.
Yeah, exactly.
Believe me, I actually didn't figure that out until very long. I think I only learned that when I was doing Boko Shield.
Ooh.
Because you needed to.
Is that a is that a flex, Mitchie?
No, I got 40 minutes and like a 36 and never did it again. So if anything, it's a lack of skill.
I meant more the choice of Boko Shield.
Oh no. That was for fun. I enjoy Torment.
Well, I mean, we're all speedrunners, so I guess to some degree we
I
all
suppose to some
enjoy
degree,
tournament.
to some degree, it's exactly the same. Correct. Alright.
Well, they're still
Slightly
pretty neck and neck
Pikastroff,
here.
but very, very minimal. Kind of lead can get overturned with any trick being missed.
Yeah, that's correct. You got Pika
Now-
going for box walk.
Clock, yes. Whoa!
Got a very low
Odd
angle.
box will shade the least, but it still succeeded.
Well, he didn't hurt
Quite
himself
fast.
or die, so that's good.
Definitely.
KO going for the safer slab launch.
Yes, the safe slab.
Oh no, that's yeah, he's
Okay,
gonna have
KO
to
now
reload.
actually is ahead. Simple as that. Successfully landing his slab. Can he get the BTB? These bokoblins can cause you problems. Starting off in a very far back position to try and get the bokoblin towards him.
Oof.
Oh,
Ooh.
He wasn't able to poke.
unfortunately, he has decided to run though. So this is Pika's chance to once again get ahead, but also if Pika has to reload again, it can be considered. Oh, he's actually choosing to use the stasis launch. This is a stasis launch I personally just detest going for.
Yeah, you have to move to the right to get up the slope because it's just high enough to miss your hits. Uh-oh.
He unfortunately
Pika
had
got-
the bow when he did his previous launch, and he didn't realize it when he went for the stasis launch.
Pika got
is reloading.
He got some really bad RNG as well, and then his shield broke.
Yeah.
Oh, the shield broke. I see.
Yeah, he's gonna have to pull out the axe and allow himself to get hit by projectiles if he's gonna survive this, because there's no way to protect your shield.
Needless to say, he needs to get either good RNG or he should probably consider the run
Yeah.
optimally.
I believe his shield's on one hit. I'm not. Yep, it's
Yes,
on
it
one
is.
hit.
He really can't be taking any hits.
Yeah, he can
He's
take.
just going to
this.
take the bokoblin shield instead, and he's going to run with that, I imagine.
That's what I was gonna say. He should do. He should just take that shield and
It's
go
certainly
on.
a decent backup, yes. I think
Yeah.
in the first situation where he lost the shield initially, that would have probably been a good way to do it. Oh, he's also going for this tree launch. Let's see if the
This is risky.
launch will favor Pika.
Oh.
That's my result exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely not a fan of that launch because that happens very frequently.
And the risk there would be getting shot by one of the bokoblins as he's trying to get stasis.
It seems like some kind of coaching is occurring in the chat. We'll leave
Also,
it
I
to Trez
just-
if that's allowed.
I'd just like to point out, in case you guys missed it, KO picked up the beetle after from that big tree.
From the oak,
That's
yes.
kind of
keep that in
right.
mind.
Yes, so he's not gonna have to get that when he goes for the glider split. And
Whilst
another
Pika actually
thing,
not going for the option of the beetle, he's running.
and
straight.
there's another thing that KO can do now that he doesn't have to get the beetle is he can go for a wind bomb because he doesn't have to wait for the beetle to load.
You could
Indeed.
consider that. That wind bomb is definitely not too difficult to execute.
Oof.
Pika actually having the skew before he went for that attempt at skew.
Yeah, that's right. That carries over because he didn't get the BTB.
It seems like he didn't even land on the shield at some point for him to still have skew. Unless he landed. Did
No,
the
I think
shield
you're.
skew when he landed on it the first time and he didn't actually land on it again after that?
Yeah, I think you're right, Mitchie.
I'd like to imagine someone just came into the stream and is really impressed because he thinks Pika did a Boko shield route in a raid.
Oh, it certainly does look like it, does it not?
Just like a certain superior runner, of course.
Yes, of course. I also remember, I believe this happened to someone else on some stream where they picked up Boko Shield very, very late, but they had to run to a camp to get it. I don't know whose stream it was. Might have been yours, Jimbo. Did you?
Yeah,
have to
I
run to a
remember.
camp to get Boko Shield at some point, and then we were like, "Oh, just roll with this," and then just cut it out. I'm not sure if that was yours.
No comment.
I do recall that stream actually.
Oh,
I can
wait.
confirm.
Pika going for wind bombs.
Oh, here we
He
go.
gets the first one down, but it is
He
a
didn't-
square bomb.
Oof.
He didn't reset his ragdoll
Ragdoll.
either.
Yeah.
Not. And now he is opted to just run. Good effort. I give it that.
For anybody
Yeah.
who watched yesterday's race between Harmjin and Destructor, we all know that any amount of time can be easily made up anywhere in this race.
Absolutely. Oh, that's still fine. A very unusual block placement. Since the topic has in fact come up in chat, maybe we can talk about how you actually need to reset Ragdoll for that effect.
Well, the way that you reset Ragdoll, it's kind of an unusual trick that was, I don't know who discovered it, but basically you stand still, hold ZL. Oh, geez, what's happening? Okay,
Yeah,
that frozen frame there from KO looked a bit terrifying for a moment, but basically you just do a neutral shield jump and unequip your shield, and for whatever reason that resets your Ragdoll state, which allows you to be launched a bit easier into the air. The much more straightforward way to do is to bonk your shield, then unequip and fall to the ground. But this is
That
a
is
quick
true.
reset way.
Yes, it may not have the same usage, but for our purposes, it definitely seems to. So it can be a very quick way to reset your Ragdoll, or at least get your wind bomb. Unfortunately, we still don't quite understand it, but we know it works, or at least it seems to work after you do it.
Yeah, we're theorizing right
We're
now
actually
that
going for the old SVA patented setup. I think it's SVA who made this one.
I
I'm gonna
think
take a
so.
guess.
Yeah, I think that's right.
The shield bashing reminds me of it, at least. Ooh,
And I think it's
very
just a-
interesting way, but yet successful way to get the launch.
Yeah, KO has
I
a
certainly don't know if I could do that.
KO has a very unusual Castle BTB setup. Basically, he's using, I guess, an internal timer in his head to figure out when to jump, and he's looking at the horizon to use a visual cue. And I don't know of any other runner that does that.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone who does that. There are quite a few different ways to approach it, but I've not seen that one before.
Harm is claiming he will do 9 wind bombs over the best of 3.
So he's going for the 3 in each.
Is he going to?
That means he intends to lose a game intentionally.
Is he going to do one into a wall? Because I don't know what he's talking about. Like just bash himself into the wall for the heck of it.
Perhaps.
Was that 10 arrows? For
I didn't catch it. That's
Pyro?
one bomb.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yep,
was
it is
10.
in fact 10 normals. Excellent. Trez confirming 10 arrows. Thank you.
Now we're hoping for some
Again,
good
with
banana.
the SVA styled setup, with
Yeah.
the jumping to the left all the way to the side, and then axe swings to get you certain distances all the way up to the window frame to put you right in position.
Oh,
Unfortunately, failing this time. Don't believe that was too far off in terms of timing. It seems like you just need to be a tiny bit better. Better? That's probably a poor way to put it. Tiny bit earlier.
I think, yeah, maybe it was a bow pull at the wrong time, or just possibly a wrong
It
jump
looked like a
angle.
slide. It did look like a slide, but I'm not too certain.
Yeah, he slid. Not quite sure why that would happen though.
Slide would be a late pull in my personal experience.
I see. KaoPyro has missed his bananas twice, unfortunately.
Yep, that can... Honestly, he could catch up right off of these bananas. It happens. It really does. Now he does seem to be forward. He actually just completely missed the hand of the goblin that time.
Yeah. That's very
The question is,
unusual.
if he does in fact get the launch, will he opt to do a backup should it not get the amount of stamina, or will he continue? Oh, he continue reload. That's something we noticed cost a lot of time for the runners yesterday.
Oh yeah, it can be a killer. KaoPyro though has been able to move on.
He has indeed. He's running as fast as he possibly can through this castle split. unfortunately having or fortunately, a bit of a wobble on the way down can sometimes throw off one's timing, but he did succeed in getting it.
Yeah, there goes Pika.
Another very unusual way to travel Castle BTB. Very unique things we're seeing today.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine this is for loads. Yes.
Yeah, I think Pika's trying to cut down on the loads, but the risk here is he may not know where he's going. And you do have to kind of alter your angle a slight bit.
He's unfortunately ended up
This is bad.
slightly off.
Oh, yeah, he crashed into the pillar. He's going to need to buffer to get out of the water. Oof.
Just barely.
Just barely.
Yeah, I think
It is quite a long climb, unfortunately, from here. There is a small risk of death, so hopefully that won't happen.
I think looking at the sky was to blame there.
Perhaps.
And also
risky
Kao
strategy.
is going for the wind bomb route, it seems.
That seemed like pretty decent arrows.
Yeah.
I don't think he has ice arrows, so it's not going to be the
He could
BTB
be
route.
climbing. I don't know how you go after you climb. I do imagine this is a wind bomb route. Because we won't be scanning any amiibos unless both players agreed to it, as far as I'm aware.
Oh no.
I do believe that was a speculative, I don't know, that was a clause that could be agreed to by both runners if amiibo were the preferred way to play. I don't think it has occurred yet so far, though.
No, to my knowledge, it hasn't. Kind of an unusual movement here by the Moblins, but it looks like it's going to be fine.
Yeah, it looks like it should be just okay. Can he turn the... Yeah, he's aware. It's turn the camera away from the Moblin generally gives you the option to go.
Well, Pika got his bananas, so at least he isn't going to have to lose more time here.
Grabbing several extra food. Trying to not have a repeat of me. Oh, he is going for low platform. This can be difficult. Will he succeed? Not on
Ooh,
the first one.
a bit early.
Next. Generally, the key, at least in my opinion, to having this succeed is simply placing the bomb at the height of your jump. You don't want to place the bomb... Well, he gets exactly like that. You simply just don't want to place the bombs on top of each other, but you want to be placing them as high as you possibly can. This next one can cause problems, especially with getting bullet time. Seems successful. Excellent.
Yeah, it's on his way to Sanctum. What Pika is going to be hoping for here is that KaoPyro has an issue with the Blights or with Calamity so he can catch up.
Exactly. A simple mistake here can definitely easily turn the tides. We'll see how it goes.
Also, Pika is going to be
He's
going for
missing a
the...
banana with this cook. He's fine.
Well, he got 2 bananas
No, he had...
from the crate.
Yeah.
Oh, he grabbed the extra thing regardless. Okay, so he needs to use
Yeah,
it
yeah.
for free. I thought he might be one piece short, which would be unfortunate.
He's going for the
He's
older
opting for the
castle
older
route.
route.
Yeah.
Arguably the safer route. Depends how you feel about your second launch.
Which we all feel great about it, right, Mitchie?
I don't. Mr. Pop never misses though, so he does.
I feel great about box launch now as well.
Well, there
to
you
be
go.
fair.
Oh yes, so
Courtesy of Mr. Pop. Courtesy
yes,
of
you copied
Mr.
Pop's
Pop.
strat,
So.
and now he has gained the godlike powers of never missing. I did in fact hear from Warhawks and Mr. Pop that they tried to assist Limcube in getting some level of consistency with that launch.
Correct.
And even while standing behind it and watching the inputs, they couldn't figure out why Limcube was not able to get it consistently. So the opted decision that at least Song made was that his game is in fact just broken. So hopefully your game is not broken, Pikastroff.
Although what I'm hearing you say there, Mitchie, is that Chucky is just a better player than Limcube.
Skilled, We will see. Limcube
Superior.
race is coming up.
Superior box launch master.
Superior box launch. It's like an individual level of 50%. How fast can you launch your box?
That sounds wrong, but I'm gonna let it go.
Yes, it should. It was intended. Okay.
To be fair, I'm assuming Limcube would be going for wind bombs, considering
We
he's quite proficient at them.
We
Absolutely.
Also,
We expect so, just being that he is doing several more than most players would be, simply because he is doing all dungeons, the category that more than likely benefits the most from bombs. Arguably 100% actually, but I don't know, it would be quite close. It would be quite close. I know 100% still uses some of its other launches as well. Did I say all shrines?
You said all
Did I say-
dungeons.
Oh, sorry.
But that is accurate.
Correction,
because-
all shrines. All dungeons as well, but
that is accurate because Limcube does do all dungeons as well.
yes. Right, seems like blights are going very well. KaoPyro.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like a single phase, unfortunately, but that's only a small time loss. Both players do in fact have a 5-minute 10 potion, which easily accounts for this. But as we know, Ganon can be quite difficult.
Indeed. Still,
What did he? Sorry, Harm just said that Pika used the Stone Smasher on his box launch.
Did his
Catch that island.
He picked up a Claymore.
Huh.
He picked up an extra Claymore in the Armory room. I believe it's called the Silver Claymore, I'm not sure.
Soldier's Claymore?
Soldier's Claymore, I think one of those. Yeah, the Soldier's Claymore, I think.
Okay.
I will have to watch his next menu. So.
Maybe he had a bit of a mental lapse there.
It should still be okay if he's aware of it. If he's not aware of it, it can be quite hard.
Yeah.
But fortunately, he does seem to be listening, so he's now aware of it. This feels like cheating. Everyone should watch the stream and play. High recommendation. You'll get advice from us.
And we use that term lightly, advice.
Advice in quotes.
Yes. Boy. KaoPyro hanging in there for one of the more difficult flurry rushes that you can get from the little arms on Ganon's back.
So the the left side even is definitely the easier one if you're looking from Ganon's perspective.
Yeah.
The other side can be quite tight, and the center arm is probably the hardest one to do in general of all Ganon's attacks.
That's true. I mean, it killed me in my race out of panic.
That's bad. I don't actually understand how you were supposed to flurry rush that one. I've still not figured out the timing for it.
It's pretty
Honestly,
Decent headshots, yeah.
both of the side hop ones that Ganon can give you are quite difficult.
Mhm.
Even the I sometimes have problems with the big
Top-down
flame
hacks.
one, but yeah.
It's one of those things that definitely improves, but I'm sure you can say that about anything.
Yeah.
Definitely don't run away from it. My advice to anyone starting up, don't try and
No.
run. Side
not
hop
run.
only. You could just
Do not
side hop
run.
and hold the button if you want. Just keep side hopping, you'll dodge it. If you try to run, he's going to hit you.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the more frustrating things that's ever happened against me against Calamity, because it doesn't make any sense, really.
It seems like you should be able to run if you can hop, right? But I guess he has tracking. He can stare you down. He can't keep up with you with your side hop movements. There we
It's
go.
act-
Side hop with the big arm right there.
It's actually
But
very much.
this is phase 2.
It's actually very much like the. It's actually very much like the spear throw as well. Like if you try to dodge the spear by running, he can snipe you very easily.
Yes, unfortunately you do need to run back and forth if you wish to dodge a spear. But it can be very worthwhile to reflect spears. It's one of the easiest hitboxes. It's not the tip of the spear, it's very much into the center. So you can wait for the spear to hit the floor almost, and then
Exactly.
As Harm said, yes. Spear
Very
is pretty
big.
easy. Oh. Yeah, okay, Pika's going alright in Thunderblade. But as Harm said, yeah, it's pretty easy to parry, but I think when you're first starting out, you do tend to do it a bit early. Because you see that big spear coming towards you and you almost instinctively just press A.
I personally, yes, exactly. I personally started trying to parry with the tip of the spear and realized that it was much simpler than that. In fact, I got comfortable parrying laser on the world, which a lot of people dislike, before I got comfortable parrying that spear early on. It's like Pika's gonna safely progress into Ganon here. Yep, looks good. The shield's broken. Now we can spin to win the rest of the way. Oh, actually opting to do a knock-up for safety, I suppose.
KaoPyro was able to get through his fight cleanly.
Yep, 40 seconds ahead as well. A good time to finish.
None of your attacks will get through as humanity. I will hold the malice back as much as I can, but my power is waning.
Pika also
Attack any glowing
dodging
points that
the
you
downward
see.
thrust. And then opting right for his arrows. Grabbing the extra 5, despite having such a large amount of arrows. Very cautious about not getting those headshots. And an extra shield for backup. I'm very fond of that extra shield. I used to go for it every single time.
Well, got cornered here, but it looks like he's able to block it.
Yes, and then Ganon's attacks can be very, like, off-targeted if he's near the wall like that, so he was safely able to run away from a down strike. An important note for those who are new to the game that you must be targeting Ganon's head if you wish to side strafe to dodge his lasers. If you simply just aim and shoot, you won't actually be able to dodge.
Indeed. And it also helps quite a bit with going for headshots here.
So it's another thing that I didn't realize was a thing until way too late.
And some players opt to use the control stick, and others go for gyro. It looks like Pika's method is gyro. I do as well. I know that Chucky uses the stick.
I do believe a lot of the old runners that played on Wii U also used the stick simply because the transition. Wii U did not have the option for the Pro Control to have motion. It was only on the much larger gamepad.
Oh, really?
Oh, Pika's just got through phase 1 pretty cleanly, and as Kao
Should
is...
be just finishing here. But it'll be a good thing to see both runs finish as before. Unfortunately, Ganon chooses to go up.
Yeah, he's getting a wall here, so he's gonna have to parry him down. Can be a
GG.
bit tough.
KaoPyro.
GG's. 36-45.
Very respectable.
Not
Do
bad.
keep in mind that there is about an extra minute and 10 seconds on racing time, simply because of a different starting point.
I think... I know someone starts at like -107, and they start on...
Yep, you can start on the menu. There you go, so it's actually close to 1:07.
Hey everyone.
I think it's Zen. Oh.
Hey, KO.
Hello.
Instantly in here.
Oh, okay.
Hey, dude. Good run.
GG.
Thanks. It's always a little questionable, but yeah.
Getting through it, that's all that matters. No,
Yeah.
is all that matters.
Yeah, other than SOR, you did pretty well there, KO.
Thank you, sir.
So what notes do you have to take away from this match?
Well, this is the first time I actually really went all out and treating it like a race. And what I mean by that is, I like watching speedrun races, right? But I've seen several comments like, what's the point in racing
And you can
speedrun?
finish it too.
Because everybody follows the same route, right? Well, you can take advantage of the fact that it's a race. So, for example, I actually had Pikastroff's stream open. I hit it most of the time because I didn't want to psych myself out. But I knew there were several points in the run where I had to make decisions. One of those came when bombs. I was a heart down going into bombs, and normally I would do the BIL.
Right.
So I took a peek at Pikastroff's stream, see if he was ahead, I was going to do the BIL, I was going to risk it. Because one heart down, 90% of the time I'd survive, but if I went a little too far, it might have taken 2 hearts instead of 1. 2.5 hearts, and I would have died. So when I saw that I was ahead by enough of a margin, I decided to strip the BIL and do bombs the traditional way.
Yeah.
Interesting way to play it. I think that's definitely a good take on things. You stay safely ahead without the risk.
Right.
Especially in such an evenly matched round as this.
Absolutely.
That's very true.
And then there's a second BIL, a little more risky. When you do from bananas to dining hall,
Exactly.
I do a no ZL setup from the window into dining hall, which I can get about 60 to 70% of the time. But again, if I was ahead, I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to lose like the 10 seconds that it saves, the 5 seconds that it saves, just to make sure that I don't miss it and then lose 20.
Right.
And certainly so you may have a potential chance to have quite an unfortunate load scenario once you get up with that build, so...
Oh yeah. Well,
It's always
I can
questionable
handle
how
the
it's-
load, but it still burns time for sure.
It does indeed.
I was a little worried when I missed my first attempt at the BIL to Sanctum, because I wasn't going to strip that no matter what. But ZL strats
Unfortunately,
are...
there's nowhere to really do anything there except climb.
Yeah, well, I
you
mean,
start.
what I might have done is climb up to the wall and then
Yes,
BIL
and
from
just
the
do
wall.
one instead.
Yes.
That is the only backup that we unfortunately have to do if we're going for that route. It's a
But
bit risky in any respects, but ideally you just get it.
Looks like
Yeah.
Pika's on the verge of finishing his run.
Indeed.
And definitely a good GG to him for sticking with some frustrating moments.
Exactly, I think that's the biggest part. It's very important for the mental to actually finish your races. I made that mistake of not finishing mine. Next time I'll do that.
well, the funny thing is about that, finishing the races, depending upon how bad the run is, can be even worse, or can be worse than not finishing sometimes. Because
Maybe
by
if
the time you're
you
done,
get in a
you're
poor
just so
situation.
frustrated, you're just so done
Yeah.
that, like, I found it sets your skill level back, actually, and then you have to spend the next week to 2 weeks grinding just to get back to your skill level that you were already at.
I definitely
Yeah.
think that comes down to a mental aspect. I've never felt by having a bad time that I've lost skill.
I have.
I recommend Richard Sage's stream for the good mental, by the way. GG Pika.
GG Pika.
Does Pika want to jump into chat as well before we finish up?
Let's see.
Now it's unfortunately trying to synchronize.
Yeah, sub 40 GG.
Yep, GG. Alright, let's find out if we're going to have any interviews, although I suppose we've already had one at this point.
Jeez,
Whether
bitchy.
we're gonna get- What do you mean? Jeez.
You're just insulting KaoPyro.
Wait, what am I
What?
missing?
I'm applauding him for being here so fast and giving us like the full
Yeah.
explanation.
Your words
KO,
were...
KO got in here.
Your
the
words
second,
were...
The second we saw the eye, and I guess Pika's in here as well now. Hello, Pika.
Hey, Pika.
Hello, Pika.
Hello.
How do we feel?
This was a disgraceful race and I should have my runner title removed, but yeah, at least it was finished.
Big
And
woof.
GG, KO on this win. Deserve it.
I guess
Thanks.
Pika has joined. Pika has now joined Jimbo in the retired runner category after this race.
Exactly.
No. By finishing it, you regained that. You haven't
Yeah,
made any
yeah.
bets. There's no
You
bets.
have your honor, Pika, because you finished the race.
Exactly, that's what counts.
I guess so.
It's a big deal to finish, I think. It's very, very important.
So how did your race go, Cal?
Plateau was very questionable. I got 2 of the 3 BTVs, but they were both not the best, so I had to run up the hill to Cryonis, and I had to run halfway to Magnesis, which was pretty brutal. I was a little worried I lost a lot of time there. And then I struggled to get into Cryonis because I didn't have skew.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was a little worried about my health, but I managed to pull that off.
Mhm.
I missed the Bokoblin BI or BTB. But after that, everything went decently smoothly.
You two were extremely close throughout Plateau
Yeah.
to interject with.
Or was it
You
like
both seem to
yesterday
get on.
between Destructor and Harm? in
Very
that
much
sense?
so. Very, very much so. Instead of major turns adjusting the time, you two were just very, very close the entire way.
Ooh.
All right. Any final thoughts, guys?
I'm a little worried about facing Solak. Has a bad
Understandable,
run.
understandable.
Yeah, understandable.
So I have to basically PB in order to beat him on an average run.
Hey man, just have fun. Like that's all I did. I was like, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna have fun.
You should do Bomb's
definitely
first route to intimidate him.
Bombs first
Yeah,
round.
sure.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. That would be interesting. Okay.
Screw Plateau, that's all I'm gonna say.
That's how I feel,
I
Pika,
think-
my lord.
We all can agree on this, that Plateau is annoying. But there we go, at least we all finished, so that's what counts.
Very true.
Alright, folks. So, this was it for this early day Breath of the Wild stream. Great match, actually. Like, 5 lead changes, just on Plateau only,
Yeah.
Indeed.
which is nice. And yeah, round 3 we'll have the Magic Pyro versus Song matchup. Where both
gonna
are
be
I'll do my
going-
best to train.
Where both are probably gonna be super nervous and mess up pretty much everything.
Ouch.
Oh, that's gonna be tough.
But yeah, at the same time, Pika goes down to the losers bracket and will actually face off against Jimbo here.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
Supposedly against the retired speedrunner.
Yes. They both apparently retired,
Oh,
but they're both playing against each other.
Yes, the retired.
that's fine.
If you-
Shall face off.
Let's do bug limit, Pika.
Sure.
That's a safe move, safe move.
By the way, I have an open offer. Anybody who wants to race me in any percent randomizer instead of just any percent.
Hard pass.
Maybe you could talk to Song about that.
I have no
See if
idea.
he's on
what
board.
that is.
Alright, folks.
Throw a song off his game, play Amiibo instead.
Little disclaimer, play
That would
more
throw me off my
randomizer, it's
game.
awesome. Alright, that's it for now. Actually, later today, it's a somewhat low-key day on ZSR, but later today at 8:45 p.m. UTC, we have something special. As you all probably know, or some of you know, we had a lot of sub-goals in spring to meet, and one of them was that Void Kingdom and me do a cooking simulator duel.
Oh.
So
Oh no.
that's gonna be, and we actually got a sports commentator to commentate that, so that's
Oh,
gonna
wow.
be quite fun. I hope you all will be there. It will be completely bonkers and stupid, and I will show that I'm absolutely not skilled at cooking simulator. But that's fine. I hope you'll be there, and until then, thanks everyone for watching, and catch you all later.
Okay, thank you so much. And
Thanks,
bye-bye.
guys.
Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Alright.